take no more of our freedoms from us every day. They want to come into our homes and take our guns and faith away. Oh, they're insane. Oh, they keep pushing their lies on us every way. If you come for my family, then there's gonna be hell to pay. These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't run.
Ticking time bomb, stop, drop, roll. Finger on the button, who's got control? Weaponize the news every time I scroll. Come from my guns, but I lock and load. Prime from my hands when I go cold. Pray to the Lord, but they want your soul. They gonna have problems if they come to my home. Till they get my message, I'ma say it slow. Scrolling through the news, anxiety, it starts to hit me. Bible by my pistol by my whiskey. Politicking just to trick me. If you want it, come and get me. But if you sliding through that door, it's a Sammy. Fight for the stripes, but the blood still dripping. To the grave, all waving and the flag still whipping. They want my liberty, they won't strip it. They want my land, they won't get it. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and frayed, cause he keeps rolling in his grave for what they did to this place.
These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't.
Hey everyone, good to see each and every one of you. Teacup, good to see you. Love you. You was the first one on today. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Been praying for you today. I know it's hard. Christopher, good to see you, baby brother. You better be good today. You better be good. Darlene will tie you down today. I'll knock you down, but Darlene will tie you down, and your mama will, she'll handle business. Tracy, good to see you. Love you. Hope you're doing well. Darlene, good to see you. Love you. I hope the weather is okay. Been praying, because I know you've been having some bad storms, so I've been praying for you. Jeff and Terry, my big brothers. Good to see both of y'all. Love y'all. That's good, T. Okay, and then on Rumble, we got Susan coming in hot. First one every time. She's great. Good to see you, Susan. Love ya. Bitbite, good to see you. Love you. I hope y'all are doing well and your weather is acting right too. Because Darlene is getting some shady weather her way. and we're praying. Melanie, good to see you. Love you. Hope you're feeling well. Oh, I see you're tired. Well, this stream's going to be a little bit, it's going to have you all up in your feelings, I think. Especially the YouTube side of the family. So today, as we know, is my, and I guess Chris is the next youngest one, our big brother's birthday that's in heaven, and the rest of the family's brother, because I believe he was about the same age as everybody else. Me and Chris is the young ones. Me and Chris is the youngins. But today was his birthday, and we know he's watching us because he loved his family. He loved all of us, and he would always set the trolls straight. He wasn't going to put up with them messing with his ladies, his sisters. So, Ricky, happy birthday in heaven, and we miss you. And I made this for him. I posted it on shorts on YouTube, but some of the Rumble family doesn't have YouTube. Like some of the YouTube family don't have Rumble. So I'm going to play it here for the Rumble family that hasn't seen it. But this is our big brother, Ricky. Rest in peace.
Another year, the candles glow, but you're not here, and still we know you're watching from the stars above, surrounding us with endless love. We miss your voice, your smile, your light, but feel your presence every night. Your memory lives on and stays as we send love your way today. Happy birthday in heaven, we're thinking of you with every breeze.
Ricky, rest in peace. We love you, brother. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to, this makes you think. I'm going to play this. Give me a second. This makes you go, So listen to what Trump did the other day. I don't know if he knows something that we don't, but just listen.
Trump scrapping a new executive order on artificial intelligence just hours before the signing ceremony at the White House. He explained why.
Because I didn't like certain aspects of it. I postponed it. I think it gets in the way of, we're leading China, we're leading everybody, and I don't want to do anything that's going to get in the way of that lead. It's also bringing in a lot of jobs, tremendous numbers of jobs. Again, we have more people working right now than we've ever had. I really thought that could have been a blocker, and I want to make sure that it's not.
All right. The U.S. dominates on AI model performance, but China has surged over the last 3 years especially and is closing in on the U.S. Let's bring in Lisa Garber, cybersecurity and privacy attorney. Thank you so much for joining us. This is really interesting because there are important elements to this on both sides of the issue. You know, it's important that we keep up with China. It's also important that we monitor our own security concerns. What do you make of this last-minute cancellation of the executive order?
It is a pleasure to be on here today with you. And really, this change doesn't come as that much of a surprise. It appears that the White House has sent a bit of mixed messaging surrounding how AI should be regulated and subsequently legislated. And unfortunately, if we put this into context, this executive order wouldn't have created any sort of legal requirement to have AI platforms submit their models to have the government review them before widespread release. It was simply voluntary, but even that was too much for big tech. So right now, there's still a vacuum of regulation at the federal level and even at the state level to really rein in some of these companies to make sure we have safety for our citizens. There are certainly two sides to this conversation. The U.S. wants to remain on top, but we have to do so while also offering safety and guardrails.
Yeah, I think you raise a great concern there. Michael Dell of Dell Technologies also kind of explains some of these concerns. Take a listen.
Security must expand beyond the human users to also govern the non-human workers operating at machine speed. If a bad actor can influence an agent, or if an agent is trained on bad data, the blast radius is no longer contained to just a single system. It can propagate across all of your workflows. It's not just, are you secure, but do you understand what your systems are doing on your behalf?
Which is a really wild part of this story, you know, that there are bad actors that can use this technology, and we need to be able to use this technology to rein in those bad actors. It's kind of a wild circle that's going on. Your thoughts?
It is. There is the capability of using agentic AI to carry out either nefarious or optimistic positive purposes. And it's important to remember that the Mythos model was released over a month ago, and it has found 10,000 bugs in critical high-level software coming from all different sectors. So the more that that's out and tested, we're going to be able to patch up and have higher levels of cybersecurity. But there's also the concern that it could fall into the hands of the wrong people. That's not to mention the other problems we see with a lack of regulation, which is child safety and endangerment, deep fakes, nudify apps, all of these things. So really, we have to come up with a better plan and stick to it. And big tech has been in the White House's ear about some of these issues. We need to get to a better place to recognize bipartisan consent on reining in AI and still maintaining our lead.
Yeah, I think you raised something that a lot of people have noted that or have blamed this on tech billionaires making a last-minute call and not wanting their technology reined in, and that's why the executive order was set to the side for now. But is it important that we, in addition to addressing all of these security concerns and the multitude of concerns, as you mentioned, among the most important, you know, reining in child sexual abuse and the proliferation across the internet in that regard. But is it important that we also find a way to win the AI race on the international global scale, particularly when it comes to the threat of China?
There are multiple AI races running concurrently around the globe, and the U.S. is certainly a leading force. We have the power, we have the talent, we have the creativity. There is a way to build this and maintain our lead, which we certainly have, and do it safely. And that means bringing in the minds of experts in all of these different sectors to make sure that we have the guardrails and can also be creative. There's a way to do both.
Lisa Garber, thank you. We appreciate it greatly on this weekend. Thank you for being with us.
Leave it to one of our brothers. See, us women, we was being nice. we was being nice about it. We wasn't going to say anything. Okay, Teacup, love you. Hey, SL20, good to see you. Love ya. Hope you're having a great day. I know. I was laughing so hard I about fell out of the seat. Okay, now. Since I straightened myself up, tomorrow Gator Girl will be on, and it's Memorial Day. So I thought I would do a little tribute tonight, since I won't be on tomorrow night, if everything goes well, because I know y'all are getting sick and tired of hearing me. So she should be here tomorrow night and Tuesday night. But I made a few, but I'm going to play this one first.
Mr. Red, white, and blue, lay down, here's the line. Mr. Red, white, and blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California. Uncle Sid, the only family he's got, is purple heartbeat won't stop. And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, white, and blue, lay down, here's a light. Mr. Red, white, and blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, white, and blue, stand on the
That one was for Memorial Day. I heard a quote today. I mean, my cousin said this, and it sort of made me think. And I was wondering if y'all have ever heard this. He said, he was talking about Memorial Day and everything, because he had picked out a song and everything because he was in the Air Force. He was prepared if anything happened. That he'd already had everything planned out. And he was talking to me early this morning, and he said, all our American soldiers' headstones is a receipt for our freedom. I've never heard it put that way before. I know they give the ultimate sacrifice, and I know many never came home, but to hear it come out of his mouth, I just looked at him. I was like a deer in headlights. I was like, now how do I go about trying to make him feel better? Because he's got guilt. So I just told him that God had a plan for him, and he came home to his son and to his family. God has plans for everyone, but I've never heard that said that way before, and I was wondering, has anyone else ever heard that before? And then let me throw some not so sad. Yeah, that's true, darling. So many. Okay. I guess I know Scott is probably watching now, because I tried to teach her that our freedom isn't free, that there are people out there, our soldiers, that gives their life for our freedom and not to take advantage of it. And if she does see an officer or military, to say thank you. And I found this, and I'm going to play it so she can hear it. This was one of Ronald Reagan's speech on Memorial Day.
We are a nation under God, and I believe God intended for us to be free. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David. Their lives ended in places called Belleauwood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. They add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom.
Rest in peace, heroes. Each and every one of our military, the ones that gave their lives and the ones that survived. Thank you all. Hey, Carrie, good to see ya. It's been a while. Love ya. And let me see. I need to find something. Let me see. Oh. This is going to put a little bit of fire underneath you. Since we've been through emotions now. We've been happy, we've been sad, we've been crying, some of us. So this one's going to put a little bit of anger in you. Like I said, I'm a little bit of everywhere today. But I heard this and I was like, what?
Top border priorities just hit a wall inside his own party. Senate Republicans left town without voting on a bill to fully fund ICE and border protection after pushing back on the president's anti-weaponization compensation fund. Now we have Chief Congressional Correspondent Chad Pergram with more clarity on all of this for us from Capitol Hill.
Republicans revolted about the weaponization fund.
I think a lot of people are troubled by it. Nobody knew anything about it. We learned about it in the press.
Democrats and many Republicans plan to kill the fund with Senate amendments.
Maybe this is the one that will finally have them saying publicly that this is a corrupt action at its heart.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune said the White House should have consulted Congress about the anti-weaponization effort, but presidential allies defended the fund.
Every single Republican who was on the ballot, like I was in the 24 cycle, talked about stopping the weaponization of government.
President Trump says, quote, I gave up a lot of money allowing the anti-weaponization fund to go forward. Former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said it would be, quote, utterly stupid, morally wrong to award money to pardon January 6th rioters. Some conservatives are angry that Senate GOP leaders pulled the plug.
It's pretty gutless on the Senate's part to what they did, and their leadership needs to be called out for it.
They need to do a factory reset at the Senate. It's absurd what they're doing.
ICE and Border Patrol lack funding yet again.
My main concern is that we actually have those interior, ICE enforcement functions funded, right?
No money for ICE and Border Patrol could be a problem for the World Cup, and this likely jeopardizes other GOP priorities like passing a signature economic bill before the election. Molly?
Chad Pergram, thank you very much.
Now, what do y'all think about that bull crap? I'm being nice. That's a bunch of junk there. That's wrong. That's wrong. So wrong. They have these hush funds in the Senate and Congress to pay for their misdeeds and nothing said. But then when we the people get attacked by the government and want them to pay for what they done, no. That's not going to happen. Oh, yes. SL20 and BitBite. Yep. Something needs to be done. It's a bunch of crap. Yeah, what Darlene said, but in a nice way. It's ridiculous. I seen that and I was like, my head just about exploded. I know if Sky was here, she'd say, Mama, your eyes are red. Mama, your eyes. I was like, oh, no, they didn't. Oh. But that's our government for us. Can't trust any of them. I mean, you can pray and kind of have hope in them, I guess, but fully trusting any of them, I don't. I mean, I don't know, but I think it's wrong. All the way around wrong. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, say
All right. Thank you all very much. And now for our soldiers that gave the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you for your service and rest in peace, heroes.
And memories, photographs and the rosary. She hangs her head as the choir sings, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries. 'Cause her family was waiting at home and was praying for him to survive. That folded flag that she now owns, she holds it close tonight. Shots ring out, another angel cries. Open up the gates when he arrives. As he fell to the ground, there was no fear in his eyes. They'll bury him before they bury his bride.
Yeah. This is for my people that are.
Rest in peace, heroes. Yes, SL20, I was paying attention to yours and Susan's conversation last night, so I made a few extra. And the ones on YouTube, if you want to see what they're talking about, jump over there and check it out. I can't do it on YouTube because I'm not bending the knee and getting monetized. I'm not doing it. So, let's see. Now, for our angels, that their lives was stolen by the illegal immigrants. Aliens. Rest in peace. And I pray, and we're praying for your families, that God wraps his arms around each and every one of them.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? Yeah, 'cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good
we have to keep trusting in God. And I know God's got his arms wrapped around each and one of the family members that has lost someone in military or by illegal actions. No need to thank me, SL20. Thank y'all for being there. On the other channel, I added everything over there too. So when we switch over to the other one, they'll be there too. All of them. So it's on both of the channels. Okay. I'm going. Oh, no need to thank me, Tracy. Y'all know that. That's why I ignore them thank yous. Y'all know that y'all don't need to thank me. I thank y'all for being here. Putting up with me. Listening to me. Listening to my country talk. And my shenanigans. So, I love each and every one of you. Okay, I'm going to we're going to listen to the study guide again since we didn't get to watch any of the videos since Gator Girl was moving yesterday. And please keep her in your prayers. I mean, you know how moving is stressful. And it's been raining and she's been up against some roadblocks. But I know God's got her and God's got plans for her and he's with her. So please keep her in your prayers for her health and for the stress level of moving. And then I'll do the other list when we get ready to close. But she just popped in my mind. And like I say, if God places someone on your mind and heart, stop and pray. And she popped in my mind. Okay, I'm going to get the study guide. We're going to listen to it again. And while I do that, I'm going to play the other little short I made for Memorial Day. And like I said, tomorrow will be Gator Girls Night. If everything goes well and y'all get a break from me. But right here's the other one I made.
On the last Monday of May each year, we take a moment, hold it dear. We think of those who gave their all, who answered duty's final call. Memorial Day, we honor the brave, the ones who rest in a hero's grave. Not just a day for fun or sun, it's time to thank.
Okay, here we go with Ezekiel.
Prophet Ezekiel. Ezekiel was a priest who had been living in Jerusalem during the first Babylonian attack on the city. And they spared the city, but they took a first wave of Israelite prisoners and hauled them off into exile, and Ezekiel was among them. So the book begins 5 years after all that, and Ezekiel is sitting on the bank of an irrigation canal near his Israelite refugee camp, and it's his 30th birthday, no less, the year that he would have been installed as a priest in Jerusalem. And then all of a sudden, Ezekiel has this vision. He sees a storm cloud approaching, and then inside the cloud are 4 strange creatures that have wings outstretched and touching each other. And these creatures each had 4 faces. And then he saw 4 wheels, one by each creature. And then he saw that the wings of the creatures were supporting this dazzling platform. And then on that platform is a throne. And then sitting on that throne is this human-like creature, glowing and shrouded in fire. And then all of a sudden, Ezekiel realizes what he's seeing. He calls it the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. It's God riding his royal throne chariot. Now, the word glory, in Hebrew it's kavod, It means heavy or significant. The biblical authors use this word to describe the physical appearance and manifestation of God's significance when he shows up in person. These images in the vision, they're very similar to what happened when God appeared on Mount Sinai in the book of Exodus. And it's also very similar to the depictions of God's presence over the Ark of the Covenant. And that's actually the most shocking thing about Ezekiel's vision. What is God's glory doing in Babylon? It's supposed to be above the Ark of the Covenant, in the temple in Jerusalem. And so the first section of the book opens to explore that question as Ezekiel begins to accuse Israel of rebellion. So God first speaks to Ezekiel from the throne chariot, and he commissions him as a prophet. Ezekiel is to accuse Israel of breaking their covenant agreement with God in a couple ways. Israel has given their allegiance to other gods and has been worshiping idols, and this has all led to rampant social injustice and violence. And so as a result, God appoints Ezekiel to warn the people. The first Babylonian attack that took Ezekiel into exile is going to be matched by another, and Jerusalem, its temple, all face imminent destruction. So Ezekiel uses words and more to get his message across. He also performs sign acts. These were a form of street theater. Ezekiel would go out in public and start behaving in these really bizarre ways that were like parables of his prophetic message. So he was supposed to build a tiny model of Jerusalem and then stage an attack on it. Or he was to shave off all of his hair and then chop it up with a sword. Or the most extreme, he was to play the role of the scapegoat on the Day of Atonement. And he would lay on his side for over a year, eating food cooked over poop, as a sign of the nasty food that people will have to eat during the siege of Jerusalem. And perhaps the most disheartening thing of all is the bad news God gave Ezekiel that no one was going to listen to him. Israel would reject him because of their rebellious and hard heart. And this recalls Moses' description of the people after the wilderness rebellions, when he predicted that exile would one day happen, and Ezekiel had the unfortunate privilege of seeing it all come to pass. And so a dismayed Ezekiel, he begins to perform his task. And after about a year, he has another vision. This one is about the temple. He goes on this virtual tour of the temple, and he sees what's happening there in his absence, and it is not good. In the outer courtyard in front of the temple, he sees this large idol statue. And then he sees the elders of Israel worshiping other gods, both outside and inside the temple. And then he sees the women of Israel. They're worshiping a Babylonian god named Tammuz. And the vision ends with God's glorious throne chariot moving up and away from the temple. It's leaving, going east, headed towards Babylon. And so in chapter 11, we come to see why and how God's glory appeared to Ezekiel there in Babylon. Israel's idolatry and their covenant violations, it's become so blatant and offensive that God has left his temple. They've driven him away, and he consigns it to destruction. But God hasn't abandoned his people. Rather, he goes into exile with them. And so at the end of this vision in chapter 11, God promises that he will return a remnant of Israel back to the land, and he'll transform them by removing their heart of stone and giving them a new, soft heart of flesh, so that they can love and truly follow their God after all. This is a small glimmer of hope, and it's quickly submerged under the reality of the imminent destruction. But chapter 11, it's a key transition, and it helps us understand how the rest of the book has been designed. So the next three sections are all announcements of God's judgment, first on Israel, then on the nations around Israel, and then on Jerusalem itself. But then after that, the hopeful conclusion of chapter 11 gets developed in the final three sections of the book. First, hope for Israel, then for the nations, and then for all creation. Chapters 12 through 24 focus on God's judgment coming to Israel. And this is a diverse collection of poems and essays. And here Ezekiel shows his fondness for parable and allegory. So he depicts Israel as a burnt, useless stick, or as a rebellious wife, or as a dangerous, raging lion that gets captured, or as two promiscuous sisters. These are all depictions of Israel's senseless rebellion and idolatry that results in their ruin. In this section, Ezekiel also acts like a lawyer. He begins arguing the case that, first of all, Jerusalem's destruction is truly deserved after centuries of covenant violation, and that even if the most righteous people in the world, like Noah or Daniel or Job, were alive and praying for God to spare Israel, God would not accept their prayers. It's far too late. And so God's goodness actually demands that he bring justice on this generation of Israel. The exile has become inevitable. They've reached the point of no return. Following this, Ezekiel focuses first on the nations immediately around Israel, and then on the two most powerful states in the region, Egypt and then Tyre. Israel has allied with these nations and adopted their gods and their idols, and so God accuses the kings of Tyre and Egypt for arrogantly viewing themselves as gods who get to define right and wrong on their own terms. And God holds these kings accountable for their pride, and he announces that he will use Babylon to bring them down. They will face God's justice along with everybody else. Following these really intense sections is a short story in chapter 33. Ezekiel's met by a refugee who's just arrived from Jerusalem, and he gives him the report that Babylon has attacked the city of Jerusalem, that the city has fallen, and the temple is destroyed. Ezekiel's grim warnings have become a reality. But remember, the end of chapter 11, that's not the end of the story. And so in the next video, we'll explore Ezekiel's profound vision of hope. But for now, that's the first half of the book of Ezekiel. The book of the prophet Ezekiel. In the first video, we were introduced to Ezekiel the priest, and he's sitting among the exiles in Babylon. And he's confronted by the awesome glory of God's temple presence, but it's appearing to him in Babylon. And then Ezekiel discovers why. It's because of Israel's idolatry and injustice that has compelled God to abandon his own temple. And while there is still hope for the future, the book went on to develop Ezekiel's message of divine judgment, first for Israel and then for the nations around Israel. And then a key moment happened in chapter 33. Ezekiel receives a report that the Babylonian siege of Jerusalem is over because the city has fallen. The temple is destroyed. Ezekiel's grim words of warning came true. The exile was the most horrendous catastrophe that ever happened to Israel, and it raised the big questions of whether God was done with Israel for good. But remember, at the end of chapter 11, God promised that there was still a future beyond exile for Israel. And so the rest of the book is designed to explore Ezekiel's vision of hope, first for Israel, then for the nations, and then for all of creation. The hope for Israel begins with God promising to raise up a new David, a future messianic king, who's going to be the kind of leader that Israel needed but never got. And this new Israel, who's going to come under the messianic king's rule, is going to be a transformed people. God's going to deal with the heart of their problem of rebellion by giving them new hearts. It's just like Moses promised at the end of the book of Deuteronomy. God says he's going to remove their hard hearts and send his spirit into his people to give them new, soft hearts that can love and obey their God. And this idea gets developed in the next strange vision. Ezekiel sees a huge valley filled up with dry human bones and skeletons, and God tells him that it's an image, a metaphor for Israel's spiritual state. So their rebellion against God, it resulted in exile and the literal death of many people, but it was also a metaphorical death of their covenant relationship. And God tells Ezekiel that his spirit is coming to bring his people back to life. And so this wind comes, and it causes all of the bones to stand up, and it fills them with breath and life, and then skin grows over the bones, and then all of a sudden Ezekiel sees all of these new humans standing in front of him. Now this vision, it's recalling the story about the creation of humans in Genesis chapter 2, where God made humans out of dirt and divine breath. And so Israel and all humanity have rebelled, resulting in death. And so the only hope is that God would perform a new act of creation and remake humans in such a way that they can truly live in a relationship of love with God and with each other. And so after God is going to deal with the evil that's in the hearts of his own people, some questions still remain unresolved. Like, what about the evil that's still rampant out there among the nations? And what about the future of God's dwelling place in the temple? And this is what the final two sections of the book are about. So first come chapters 38 and 39, and they promise God's final defeat of evil among the nations, which gets personified by a ruler who's named Gog from the land of Magog. Now, this name is derived from a genealogy of ancient kingdoms and lands from Genesis chapter 10, and it referred to powerful nations from the distant past. And so Ezekiel picks up this ancient biblical name as an image of any and all violent kingdoms. And so we find that Gog gets allied with 7 nations that come from all 4 directions of the compass, is clearly an image that represents all of the nations. And this also helps us understand why Ezekiel describes Gog with images that he used earlier in the book to describe the king of Tyre and the king of Egypt, Pharaoh. For Ezekiel, Gog is an amalgam of all of the worst, most violent people in the Bible. Gog is the archetype of human rebellion against God. The basic story in these chapters is that Gog resists God's plan to restore his people. And so just like Pharaoh in the Exodus story, Gog comes to destroy the people. But God unleashes his justice on Gog, and it's in a flurry of scenes that don't actually make very good literal sense if you read them in sequence. Because first, Gog and his armies are consumed by an earthquake, but then they're consumed by fire 2 different times, and then after that, God comes and strikes Gog and his army down in the fields where they lay unburied for months. It's clear that these scenes are full of symbol and imagery. Ezekiel has pulled out his entire poetic tool set here to describe how God is determined to finally defeat human evil that has ruined his world. And it's so that he can pave the way for a new creation. And so once evil is finally dealt with among the nations, the last section of the book describes how God's presence is going to one day return to his people and his temple to bring cosmic restoration. So Ezekiel first gets this long, elaborate vision of a new temple and a new city. He's given this heavenly tour guide who shows him around the new temple complex, and it's much larger and more majestic than even Solomon's temple. There's a new altar, new priests, a whole new system of worship. And then after this elaborate tour, God's glorious throne chariot that he saw back in his first vision comes back, and it enters the new temple. Now, the meaning of these temple visions has been the source of debate for a long, long time. So some Christian and Jewish readers believe that this vision will be fulfilled literally one day, and that these chapters offer the actual blueprints of the new temple that will be built when the Messiah returns and brings God's kingdom. But many other Jewish and Christian readers think that this vision, like all of Ezekiel's other visions, is full of symbols, and they depict the reality of God's presence returning to his people in the Messianic kingdom, but not necessarily in the form of an actual building. Whichever view you take, it's important that Ezekiel never calls the city Jerusalem, and chapters 47 and 48 show why. Ezekiel sees this tiny stream pouring out of the temple threshold and steps, and then it quickly becomes this raging river, and then it flows out of the temple and the city into the desert, into one of the most desolate places on planet Earth, the Dead Sea Valley. And then that river, it leaves behind it a trail of trees and life, and then the Dead Sea gets transformed into a living sea that's teeming with plants and animals. All of this imagery comes from the Garden of Eden in Genesis chapters 1 and 2. And we see just how cosmic Ezekiel's vision really is. God's plan has always been to restore all humanity and all creation back to his life-giving presence. And so the book ends with the name of this garden city. The Lord is there. And so Ezekiel's visions come to a close, full of hope for a new future, new humans living in a new world that's animated by God's life-giving spirit. It's a world permeated with God's love and justice. And that's what the book of Ezekiel is all about.
Now, y'all get all that information. I hope y'all took notes because we're getting ready to rumble. We're getting ready to pass this quiz with flying colors, considering, Here we go. Let me grab it real fast and get us going. Because what we don't finish, we'll finish Wednesday. See. Share screen. Grab it. Okay, make it bigger. Alrighty, here we go. Get your thinking caps on.
Welcome to the Bible Quiz. In this video, we'll delve into the life of Ezekiel, a prominent figure in biblical history. As one of the major prophets, Ezekiel embarked on a challenging journey devoted to God, marked by unique spiritual experiences and a mission to convey the divine message to humanity. He utilized intricate symbolic imagery to forewarn of the consequences of sin and to prophesy the hope of the nation's revival. Together, we'll unravel Ezekiel's story from daunting challenges to imaginative prophecies. Join us on this captivating exploration through 24 interactive multiple-choice questions crafted to enrich your Bible study, injecting an enjoyable element into the learning process. Come and immerse yourself in this exciting venture. Let's get started. Question 1. What does the name Ezekiel mean? A. God will protect. B. God will strengthen. C. God is gracious. D. God is merciful. You get 10 seconds.
See, I like this channel better. I like the quiz on it better. I like it. Hey, BitBite, good to see you.
Hey.
Okay. I'm thinking it's B. God will strengthen. That's what I'm thinking. Christopher, he's got A. That's it.
That's it.
Yoo-hoo.
It's just Chris.
They fell asleep on me. Let me shake them. Yoo-hoo. Here they come. Priscilla with a B coming in hot. Darlene with a B.
Oh my goodness. All right, there it is.
Teacup with a B. Got one
had
more,
it.
I think, Tracy.
Okay. SL with a B. I took B. Susan with a B. Cat with a B.
And Tracy coming in hot with a B. And the answer is, I like these explanations. I like this one.
That's B. God will strengthen. Ezekiel is a Hebrew name signifying God will strengthen. This name reflects the biblical figure Ezekiel's role as a prophet, strengthened by divine inspiration to convey God's messages. The meaning underscores trust in God's empowerment and support. Question 2. Who was Ezekiel's father? A. Buzi. B. Jacob. C. Isaiah. D. Elijah. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going bougie. I thought that was funny when I heard it, so I go with A. I'm pretty sure that's it.
How did they get a J out of a Z, though?
Bougie. 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 We got, let me see, we got Christopher coming in hot with an A. We got Darlene with an A. We got Tracy with an A. And we got Priscilla with an A. And Teacup with a A.
All right, SL with an A. Susan with an A. Cat with an A. And I'm going with A.
We got A's across the board. The answer is bougie.
Watch them pronounce it different.
That's A, boozy. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 3. On the 5th of the month, it was the 5th year of the exile of King Jehoiachin. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi. Ezekiel's father's name was Buzi. Question 3. Where was Ezekiel in when the word of the Lord came to him? A, Nile River. B, Kebar River. C, Jordan River. D, Ganges River. You get 10 seconds.
Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, look at Christopher. Priscilla with a C. Christopher with a B.
Yeah.
I think B. Myself. Darlene coming in hot with a B. Tracy with a C.
All right. SL with a B. Cat with a B. Susan with a B. And I didn't know, so I'm in learning mode. B.
We all are in learning mode. Teacup with a B. Coming in hot.
That's B, Kebar River. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 3. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, by the Kebar River. Ezekiel received the word of the Lord by the Kebar River. Question 4. Under what circumstances did Ezekiel receive God's call? A, he was in Egypt. B, he was in Jerusalem. C, he was in exile in Babylon. D, he was in his hometown. You get 10 seconds.
I'm thinking, because they talked about exile, so I'm thinking C.
Everybody's all over that.
You're way off on the question, or what are you way off on, Priscilla? If you're talking about the video, BitBot said click live and it should catch you up. But if you're off on your answer, then we're all learning and it's okay. It's all good. We got Christopher with a C. We got Darlene coming in hot with a C. We got Tracy with a C. We got Priscilla with a C. We got Teacup with a C. Oh, okay, Priscilla.
Yep, SL with a C. Susan with a C. Cat with a C. And I took C.
Alrighty. The answer is we got C's across the board.
Oh my goodness.
Allergies.
Yep.
That's C. He was in exile in Babylon. Ezekiel chapter 1, verses 1 to 3. While I was among the exiles by the Kebar River, the heavens were opened and I saw visions of God. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, by the Kebar River in the land of the Babylonians. Ezekiel received God's call while in exile in Babylon. His prophetic ministry unfolded amidst the challenges of captivity. conveying divine messages to the exiled Israelites, offering hope and revealing God's plan for restoration. Question 5. When the word of the Lord came to Ezekiel, what was he had a vision of a creature with? A. 3 faces and 4 wings. B. 4 faces and 4 wings. C. 5 faces and 4 wings. D. 6 faces and 6 wings. You get 10 seconds.
Oh, that would be a scary vision either way, but I think I remember the 4, so I'm going with B4. Christopher says D. He says 6 faces and 6 wings.
They showed that in the sketch. They showed 4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So I'm going to go with B.
We got Darlene coming in hot with a B. We got Priscilla with a B. We got Tracy with a B. And Teacup with a B.
Cat with a B. SL with a B. Susan with a B. And I also took B. Cat, we're going to probably, when we're all done with our stream here, we're going to raid Eric John. It's pretty cool. Go ahead. Sorry.
Here we go. It's okay. It's all good. That's right, Chris. Either way, it'd be scary.
That's B, 4 faces and 4 wings. Ezekiel chapter 1, verses 5 to 8. And in the fire was what looked like 4 living creatures. In appearance, their form was human, but each of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. The 4-faced creature in Ezekiel's vision symbolizes the multifaceted nature of God's attributes. The human face represents humanity. The lion signifies majesty. The ox reflects service and sacrifice, and the eagle denotes sovereignty. With 4 wings, it conveys God's swift and powerful presence.
Look at that lava.
Adored mate, subscribe today and become part of our community. May God bless you.
That's how
Question
hot it's gonna
6.
be if we don't
What did
strike.
Ezekiel see that was associated with 4 living creatures? A. The burning bush. B. The golden crown. C. The river of fire. D. The 4 wheels. You get 10 seconds.
I'm thinking it's 4 too. I'm thinking 4 wheels.
Yeah, 4 wheels.
D.
That's the only thing I remember in the drawing is the cart. Yeah, because wheels racing, right?
Yeah. See, that study guide does help some. There for a while, I thought, well, it's not really, didn't feel like it was helping too much. But I think it does a little bit. Let me see. On certain ones, I think. I think they do on certain ones. They hit certain things in the trivia, but I like it when Gator Girl does the videos. It explains it more. Tracy coming in hot with a D. Christopher with a D. Darlene with a D. Priscilla with a D. And Teacup with a D. And Tracy says she remembers that.
Cat with a D. SL20 with a D. Susan with a D. And I'm taking D.
Alrighty. D's across the board.
That's D, the four wheels. Ezekiel, verses 1, verses 15 to 18. As I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the ground beside each creature with its four faces. The wheels in Ezekiel's vision symbolize divine mobility and sovereignty. With eyes all around, they signify God's omniscience, perceiving all directions. The wheels, complex and interconnected, portray divine control over every aspect of creation, emphasizing the intricate and purposeful nature of God's guidance and governance in the world. Question 7. How did Ezekiel describe the radiance around the figure on the throne on the heads of the living creatures? A. Like a dim light. B. Like a candle flame.
Oh, right.
C. Like a thunderstorm. D. Like the appearance of a rainbow. You get 10 seconds.
Well, this is really poor.
Hey, Gator Girl, welcome. Good to see you. I love you. Praying for you.
Good for you. Good, Gator.
That's good. That's good. Praise the Lord. God answers prayers. I think I'm going with D. 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 Like the appearance of a rainbow.
Oh, I was concentrating on the head. You're right. It's D.
Let me see. We got Christopher with a B. We got Darlene with a D. Priscilla with a B. And Tracy coming in hot with a D. And Teacup with a D.
Lost track, but I think I got it. SL with a D, Cat with a D, Susan with a D, and I took D.
Alrighty. Oh, I hear thunder. Hear thunder.
That's D, like the appearance of a rainbow. Ezekiel chapter 1 verses 27 to 28, and brilliant light surrounded him. Like the appearance of a rainbow in the clouds on a rainy day, so was the radiance around him. Ezekiel described the radiance around the figure on the throne and the living creatures' heads as resembling a rainbow, signifying divine glory and covenantal promise. This imagery conveys the awe-inspiring presence of God and his faithfulness in the midst of the visionary encounter. Question 8. What did the Lord give Ezekiel as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 2? A. A scroll. B. A jar of oil. C. A crown of thorns. D. A golden staff. You get 10 seconds.
Oh, A. Duh.
Yeah,
A.
that's what I was thinking. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Tastes like honey.
Christopher.
Bitter in your tummy. Yeah.
We got Christopher coming in with an A. We got Gator Girl coming in hot with an A. We got Tracy with an A. We got Darlene with an A. We got Priscilla with an A. And Teacup with an A.
Jay Keeps, no big deal. We're going to be heading there when we're done here for sure. SL, you didn't mess me up. It was my screen. All right. So we've got SL with an A, Jay Keeps with an A, Cat with an A, Susan with an A, and I am taking A.
Okay. The answer is A. We know it without even clicking it. Hey, Jay Keeps. Thank you for stopping by.
That's
Love you.
a scroll. Ezekiel chapter 2, verses 9 to 10. Then I looked, and I saw a hand stretched out to me. In it was a scroll, which he unrolled before me. The Lord gave Ezekiel a scroll symbolizing the ingestion of divine messages. Question 9. What was Ezekiel told to do with the scroll? A. Burn
Eat it. Oh.
B. Bury it. C. Eat it.
Just
D.
eat
Tear
it.
it apart. You get 10 seconds.
Sorry. I've listened to this one, Ezekiel, so many times sleeping. I should know all these answers. I should, but I don't. These are the parts I remember as I'm falling asleep.
Oh. I bet you paper doesn't taste too well. I know whenever I accidentally eat paper on my candy, it doesn't taste too good.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to tell me you ate paper notes in school. Give me that note.
No. I did have a habit of chewing on crayon.
Oh my goodness.
Gator Girl coming in hot with a C. Christopher with a C. Darlene with a C. Priscilla coming in hot with a C. And Tracy with a C. And Teacup with a C. Yeah, Jay Keeps. He was hungry.
SL with a C. Cat with a C. Jay Keeps. C, really? Susan with a C, and I'm going C.
He was hungry.
He was told to eat it. I don't think he had a choice. It was like, you're going to eat that.
I was like, sorry, but no, I'll pass. You ate paste, Gator Girl, loved it.
Oh, the minty paste? Oh, yeah.
That's C. Eat it. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1.
I
And he said to me, Son of man,
glue on
eat
my
what is
hands
before
and
you,
rub it
eat this
together,
scroll,
like your
then go
skin's
and speak
peeling
to the
off.
people of Israel. This act emphasized the prophet's intimate connection with God's words and the imperative to internalize and proclaim
Now
them
you were
to the
talking.
people,
Did you see the
illustrating the
first
depth
part of
of
that
his
explanation when you were talking?
Yeah.
Son of man, eat what is before you. Eat the scroll. It's not like he had a choice. Okay, that's fine.
Well, still though, I would say, I don't want to, please.
No, I don't think he'd have a choice, but okay. Sorry, go ahead.
prophetic responsibility. Question 10. How did Ezekiel describe the taste of the scroll he ate? A.
God,
Sour like vinegar. B. Pungent like garlic. C. Tasteless like water. D. As sweet as honey. You get 10 seconds.
You already told us, so I'm going to go with D with the other question. I think you did. I remember you saying something, honey.
Yep. Yep. I wish I knew all the questions like I know this part.
Well, you lucked out this time.
I did.
You're
so
beating
far.
me to it. Gator Girl coming in hot with a D. Darlene with a D. Tracy with a D. Priscilla with a D. And Teacup coming in with a D.
Well, you heard me. I took D. SL with a D. Susan with a D. Cat with a D. Jay Keeps D. God's Word. And There we go.
Alrighty. Got D's across the board.
All we got to do is answer the tummy question, and I'll have it all.
And BitBot's on fire tonight. He's confident in his answers.
I'm only
That's
in the middle section.
as sweet as honey. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 3. Then he said to me, Son of man, eat this scroll I am giving you and fill your stomach with it. So I ate it, and it tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. Ezekiel described the taste of the scroll he ate as sweet as honey. This symbolized the sweetness and delight of God's word, as well as the joy and fulfillment that comes from obeying and internalizing it. Question 11. How did Ezekiel feel as he went away after hearing the words of God in Ezekiel chapter 3, verses 12 to 15? A. Joyful. B. Peaceful. C. Confused. D. Bitter and angry. You get 10 seconds.
Okay, BitBot.
No, I don't. I want to say D, but I don't think he was angry.
That's the one I'm going with. I do
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it because of bitter.
Yep.
I'm done for the night. That's all I know.
Okay, Christopher. You better listen to her and be nice.
Oh.
Be good. We got Darlene coming in hot with a D. We got Priscilla with a D. We got Tracy with a D. We got Teacup with a D.
SL with a D. Cat with a D. Susan with a D. Jay Keeps with a D. And I took D.
Okay, the answer is Gator Girls coming in with a D. The answer is we got D's across the board. D.
That's D, bitter and angry. Ezekiel chapter 3, verses 12 to 15. The Spirit then lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness and in the anger of my spirit with the strong hand of the Lord on me. This emotional response reflects the weight of the prophetic message, conveying the gravity of God's judgment on the rebellious house of Israel and the challenging task laid upon Ezekiel. Question 12. What special role did God compare Ezekiel that was similar to a protector of a city? A. A warrior. B. A watchman. C. A shepherd. D. A diplomat. You get 10 seconds.
Guess what?
I'm going with B.
That's what I'm going with. Mine's went to sleep over here. Here they go.
Who went to sleep? Oh, you too?
Yeah, now they're coming. They're awake now. Gator Girl with a B. Darlene with a B. Tracy with a B. Priscilla with a B. And Teacup coming in hot with a B.
Well, Kat, don't judge what you're hearing from us. I don't know how this all works, but YouTube's slower than we are on StreamYard, and then Rumble's a little slower than YouTube. I guess that probably would mean everything coming through. So you're probably not falling behind. Hope not. I'm sorry, you read all your answers already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. SL with a B. Jay Keeps with a B. Cat with a B. Susan with a B. I took B. And we're at the 2-minute mark. So we're going to go for 15, or you just want to do one more after this, or what?
We'll go with 15, even it out.
Okay.
And then we'll finish it and we'll start on Daniel on Wednesday.
Okay.
B.
That's B, a watchman. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me. God compared Ezekiel to a watchman, emphasizing his role as a spiritual sentinel responsible for warning the people about impending dangers and conveying God's messages. Question
Using
13.
my Sharpie.
What physical ability did God take away from prophet Ezekiel because Judah was a rebellious house? A, his hearing. B, his sight. C, his ability to speak. D, his ability to walk. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with D again. D. Christopher says B.
Yeah, it's just your phone.
Welcome
That's what
back,
your computer
Christopher.
fixed.
Priscilla coming in with B. 2. Darlene coming in with D. Hot. Tracy with a B. Teacup with a
B.
B.
Yep.
Gator Girl with a D. We're mixed over here. I'm going to stay with the D's. If I sink, I'm going to take some with me.
Well, yeah, we're mixed over here too. We have SL with a C, Cat with a C, Susan with a D, Jay Keeps with a C, and I also am going with D.
Okay.
Okay.
We will see. Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Hold on.
Make sure you got your floaters on. Somebody's going to sink. Oh, man.
That's
We
D,
failed.
his ability
I'm
to
not in there.
speak. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 26. I will make your tongue stick to the roof of your mouth so that you will be silent and unable to rebuke them, for they are a rebellious people. This was a symbolic act to demonstrate the severity of the judgment that would come upon the rebellious house
Next
of
time
Judah.
I'll throw a rope to you, pull you to me.
Question 14. In summary, what was the main mission assigned to Ezekiel?
Pause that for a second. What was the answer?
D.
Right, we took D.
Yeah, we took D.
But go back to the answer.
Hold on. Let me
Sorry.
screw this back.
Right.
That one.
Go back to 13 answer, just a little bit. There you go. Now just keep it there. Now look at what the answer says at the top. That wasn't D. D was his ability to walk.
D was walking.
Yep. So it's C. So you C people actually got it right.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I sunk.
Well, so does AI because they screwed it up here.
I sunk.
I'm sorry I caught that, folks, but
well, nobody over here had C, so we all sunk.
well, on my side, 3 people did, so it's rigged. All right.
I need a recount on this.
Right? We're throwing this question out. No, go ahead.
And unable to rebuke them, for they are a rebellious people. This was a symbolic act to demonstrate the severity of the judgment that would come upon the rebellious house of Judah.
A fake celebration going on.
Question 14. In summary, What was the main mission assigned to Ezekiel by the Lord? A. Building a new temple. B. Leading the people into battle. C. Establishing a new covenant. D. Warning about consequences of the people's sins. You get 10 seconds.
See, Cat, it's definitely Tim's.
All right, so I'm waiting for. I'll be writing on someone else's answer here because I'm not even sure.
I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking D.
Yeah, I was thinking D as well.
I could be wrong, but I'm thinking.
All right, I see a lot of people going that same direction, but we can use Tina's logic too, and it's the longest answer.
Christopher coming in hot with a D. Gator Girl with a D. Darlene with a D. Priscilla with a D. And Teacup coming in hot with a D.
All right. Jay Keeps with a D. SL with a D. I took D. Susan with a D and Kat with a D.
Okay. The answer is D's across the board. I think. Yeah. Ooh, the longest
That's
one.
D. Warning about consequences of the people's sins. Ezekiel chapters 2-3.
Last
Ezekiel's
question.
primary mission was to be a prophet
Let's
and
nail
watchman,
this one.
warning about
Give
the
A owl
consequences of
lettuce.
the people's sins. His role involved conveying God's messages of judgment, urging repentance, and highlighting the path to spiritual restoration for the rebellious house of Judah. Question 15. What symbol did Ezekiel use to convey the message of the suffering of the people of Israel and Judah as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 4? A. Lying face down. B. Burning dry grass. C. Building a new temple. D. Controlling a chariot. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with C.
I'm going with A.
Am I getting this wrong, or I'm thinking of a different part of the review? I bet. So I don't remember this.
I'm going with the A because I listened to it, and it said it.
Oh, well, then I'm going to go with A.
So
I'm in learning mode.
I don't remember seeing it. Well,
no, I'm thinking of the explanation. I'm getting ahead of because this is a big book. This was way before the temple thing part. So I'm just saying Ezekiel 4. So I'm wrong.
Okay, we got Christopher with an A. We got Tracy coming in hot with an A. We got Priscilla with an A. We got Darlene with an A. We got Gator Girl with an A. And Teacup with an A. We ran the board with A's over here.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Straight A's on Rumble.
You're not cheating me.
Jay Keeps with an A, Susan with an A, Kat with an A, SL with an A. I'm in A learning mode. So
Okay, here we go. Yay!
That's
I get to
A,
see the answer.
Lying face down. Ezekiel chapter 4, verses 4-8. Ezekiel symbolically portrayed the suffering of Israel and Judah by lying face down, enacting a visual representation of their impending captivity and siege.
Oh, sure.
This dramatization emphasized the gravity of their disobedience and the consequences they would face, conveying a powerful message of divine judgment.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Great job, everyone. We done pretty good on that, considering we didn't have Gator Girls teaching, showing the movie. She does good on that. I think she does great.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you say goodnight.
Alrighty. Well, I love you. Thank you again.
Love you too. Yep. Good night.
Okay, good night. Okay, family. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming and being here with me. And I'll go over our list real quickly because we got a couple that was added to it. Remember Betty and Steve and their family, son and brother-in-law. Remember Dee, that he keeps recovering and healing. Goldie and Dee's dad. Remember Teacup and her sight. Remember which Teacup. I'm still waiting on the name and the address, by the way. And remember Darlene and her family, her sister-in-law. Remember Bonnie and both Cindy's and Mel for strength and peace and for their health. Keep Santa in your prayers for his health. Keep Jared and Julius in your prayers for recovery and for their health. Keep Christopher in your prayers so he will stay strong and healthy until he has his surgery. Keep Carrie in your prayers. He posted on Band that his cousin passed away today. So keep him in your prayers and the whole family. That God wraps his arms around each and every one of them and comforts and gives them peace. And remember Gator Girl, that she has strength and that God refreshes her and that she gets this moving done. And remember Tina B. Keep her in your prayers that God comforts and wraps his arms around her too and gives her strength and peace. Remember Frances and her son's mother-in-law. Keep them in your prayers, the whole family, that God surrounds them and gives them strength and healing. And all the unspoken prayer requests in chat. And if you would you say a little prayer for my dad and my aunt? And I don't think I missed anyone, but I love each and every one of y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow night on Gator Girls at 8:30. So I will see y'all. And like I say, if God places someone on your heart or your mind, stop and pray. Because God placed them there for a reason. And he's the only one that can fix the situation. And we just got to trust and believe. And I love y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow night. Good night. God bless.
Every step I take, every stride I make, I look around, sometimes I feel alone. Think about this life I live, only so much time to give. I'm on the run into the unknown. The line I'm walking just straight, one outside I say it ain't fun. I'm not here to impress anyone. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Head down since I left town, sorry for the letdown. Don't know the next time that I'll be around. When I ask myself why I do what I do, there's a couple reasons, yeah, I can count a few. All the ones that are proud of me, all the ones that doubted me. Thanks for watching my dreams become reality. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to